You know, I don't even know what to call this one, you know. Are you living in peace or are you tolerating people's shit? Stop letting people take advantage of you. Or maybe set boundaries with people from the beginning. You know how much people come to me with complaints? They might not directly phone me up or text me and tell me about their problem or their issue. It might just come up in conversation. And I sit there and I'm listening to the situation and I think to myself, why don't I ever have to deal with this bullshit? Like, man don't live on planet Mars, you know. Man exists in the same world as these people. But I never have to deal with this bullshit. Man never have to deal with people pushing the boundary with me, taking advantage. You know why? Man set boundaries from day one. There's only so far you can push it with, man. Plenty of times, people phone me up, or I see people in real life, they're telling me about some stupid situations where people are taking advantage of them. And so, it don't even fucking happen to me. Like, even me, there's a family member that lives not too far away from man. And people are telling me, why don't you reconcile with this person? Man, don't chat to this person at the moment, innit? And I think to myself, what's the point? Because this type of family member is quite demanding at times. Oh, can you do this? Oh, can you do that? And me, I'm a type of man. Man's going to be upfront and honest with you and tell you, I ain't got time. And this is the type of person who will feel a certain way when you tell them no. And they ain't going to want to talk to you. So there's no point me reconciling with this person. Because we're going to fall out. I'm just prolonging the inevitable if I reconcile with this person. So I'm not even bothering because I know where it's going to fucking end. Too many people are taking advantage of people, whether it's in their personal life or their perimeters or in the workplace. Man, know people in the workplace taking advantage of other people. I have people come to me and tell me about some dumb situations and I'm like, that person is going to start taking advantage of you and you can't even see it coming. I can see it coming because man know human behavior and I know what people are really like. Human beings have this thing where they want to dominate and take advantage and take the piss with people. I know someone, they're at a workplace and they're cool with people or whatever. And there's this one particular person, they always ask them to order stuff off of Amazon. I said, what? And they said, yeah, I always order stuff off of Amazon for this person. But they're paying me though. I said, I don't care if they're paying you. Why can't they order stuff off Amazon themselves? The person can't give me a straight answer. Bearing in mind, this person who, and how the fuck someone in 2022 cannot know how to fucking order things off of Amazon just blows my mind, yeah? This person who's asking this other person to order stuff off of Amazon for them has 3 youths. When I say youths, I don't mean no little nipper. I don't mean no little pitney who's 6 years old. When I say youths, 3 sons, big man, 21 plus, all of them. One of them's even 30 years old. Why can't you get one of them to rascal order stuff off you from Amazon? I know why they're doing it. They're trying to prime you up. They're trying to pattern you up so that they can get you to do some other little foolishness in the future. Man, see them things there a mile off. Why the fuck are you asking someone to order stuff off Amazon when you got 3 fucking sons who live in your yard that could do it for you? They're setting you up. No other people telling me stories about their colleagues trying to... How the fuck you at the canteen table at work and your colleague is putting their fork in your plate to eat your food? That's a fucking test. Yeah, the person I know checked them and said, don't ever do that again. You see, if the person I know did not check that person, it would only got worse. They're putting their fork in your food to invade your space to see what you're going to do. Everything happens for a reason. There's always an agenda behind everything. I'm telling you. Some people think, practical joke, although the person's fucking 55 years old. Some people think, yeah, practical joke. Ain't no fucking practical joke. That person there is pushing the boundaries, see how far they can take it with you. Check their ass, Clark. Can't put their hand or their fork in my food. You're taking a fucking piss, blood. Too many stories, man. I hear people taking advantage of people pushing the boundary. Even one of man's fucking brethrens. He moved to this road and he said, yeah, his neighbour has lived there for like 30 years and she thinks she runs the street. And when man heard this a couple years ago, I knew, okay, he's going to have problems. When man tell me that their neighbour thinks they run the street and that, and a new person comes next door, some people who think that they run the street or the estate, they feel like they can pattern up everyone. And this person I know, it's the type of person, they're not really on confrontation. And they're the type of person where they don't want to come across as that angry black person or whatever, innit? I'm the complete fucking opposite. Man, I get into that in a minute. But so I won't call them necessarily a people pleaser, but they won't want to rock the boat or whatever, innit? Because they don't want to come across that stereotypical angry black person or whatever, innit? So when this man told me that the neighbour thinks that they run the street or the estate, I knew, okay, there's going to be problems in the future. But obviously, man chat to the man all the time. Man spoken to the man in between that and nothing's ever come up. But man ain't brought up the situation. I don't give a fuck about your neighbour. But it's only true say man had to, you get me, tell him a few stories and man had to pattern up my neighbours. And then he spilled the beans on his situation with his neighbour. Neighbour complaining about little dumb stuff. You got a little bit of paint on my wall and that. And rather than just, squash it or whatever, and you're trying to make it into a little situation, they're pushing the boundaries. Next thing you know, my brethren's on holiday outside of the country. His gal is pregnant. And the neighbour and the husband are banging on the door. Oh, man, I'm hearing this, and I'm putting myself in that situation. I'm imagining this happening to me or happening to my yard with my girl at my yard. Banging on whose fucking door, blood? Banging on whose fucking door? That's what man's thinking, You think any of my neighbours can come to my door aggressively and bang on my door? Man's had to pattern up everybody on this little terrace here and some people at the back. They cannot push the boundaries with me. There's only so far it can go. They definitely ain't taking advantage of me. I know, man. That like they're big tough guy and that. Hold on a minute, your neighbour smokes weed and you don't want to open up your window. Man's heard the situation from a couple man, And like, it's funny because they consider themselves to be like, oh, bad boy and that, but you ain't really that bad. If you can't even deal with your neighbour, you can't even tell your neighbour. You can't even stick it on your neighbour. For burning weed and the weed smoke coming this year, man, I had to deal with that myself, So I know, man, who, you get me, they come across a certain way, but really and truly, they ain't that bad, because if they was, they'll stick it on their neighbour. Don't have to be a fisting in it, but speak up in it. You're blessed with a mouth, use it. Man are afraid to open out their window because the weed smell's going to come in and they don't want to say anything. Man's had to deal with that situation myself. Not weed, but cigarette smoke. Bust my window open and cigarette smoke is coming in. Man had a word with a man. Words of exchange. A man tried to tell me shut up. I knocked next door. Slapped his rascal. You think I'm going to have my neighbour tell me shut up and get away with it? You must be going mad. If your neighbour thinks that they can tell you shut up, you know what's going to happen next? They're going to come banging on your door, blood. Yeah. Ain't no one banging on my door. If you're banging on my door, you better be on smoke. These fucking dickheads around here, they know, fam. Man ain't going to talk too much. But man's had the Jakes called on man twice. Once was just a little verbal thing and you get me, got squashed on the spot. The next time, you get me, bust case though, innit? Because neighbours were trying to take the piss and man had to go and fix them, blood. Man's had neighbours out at what? Midnight, Thursday night going into Friday morning, talking loud. But you taking a fucking piss, blood. You need to know that there's a fucking madman at number 2, you know, and you don't need to fucking be respectful on that. Man had to go banging on their door. Tell them shut up and go back, go in the yard and that. Not having it. Not having it. Not fucking having it, blood. Like, people think they're so smart as well, innit? Yeah, like, people don't just one day start banging on your door. They try do little subtle things. So like, man's got one neighbor, innit? Like, they think that they own this parking space, and a lot of people have to deal with this bullshit, innit? There's one guy called Bobby Kasanga, innit? Go and check out his thing, Big Ego Media, innit? He posted up one thing. Before I get into my thing, let me just explain this. He posted up one little video on his page, innit? And these white people have bought this new property, and they bought the property at number 5. But the neighbor at number 6 used to always park their car on number 5's drive, because number 5 never had a car and they were cool, they were buddy. But number 5 no longer occupies that property. There's new people in town. But number 6 still feels like they're entitled to park their car on that drive. And they're having an argument. They're going back and forth. See, for me, yeah, like, there comes a point where if you don't move that car off of my drive, I'm going to put hands on you, innit? So anyway, I just got one neighbor, dickhead people in it. They think like they own this parking space, whatever in it. Cool, boom. My girl's come and parked a bit awkwardly. She's taken up like a space and a half, if you want to call it that, yeah. So, woman come knocking on the door. She was polite about it. She was like, "Oh, can you just like move the car back or whatever in here so that we can park our car later when my husband comes back from work and that in it." So anyway, I told my girl, yeah, alright, push it back, put it in a space that they think is theirs, innit? Yeah, because they're within their rights to knock on man's door, innit? If a situation like that, cool. But man sat back and thought about it, and most people would just say, nah, you know, just she's taking up too much space, just move the car. But I'm like, nah. There's an agenda behind it. They think that they own that space, and I'm gonna go and tell them that they don't. So the next morning, you know, man's knocked on the door. These times, man's still on bail, and you get me, man, I have to be a bit diplomatic, you get me, because, you get me, the Jakes is watching, man, innit? But anyway, man had to tell her, do not knock my door again about no damn parking spaces unless it's a fucking emergency, i.e., man blocked you in. Don't knock my door, you know, or there's going to be problems, blood. Because what's going to happen? People are going to think, oh, they can knock on your door for this, knock on your door for that. Bro, don't knock on my door. Don't knock on my door, blood. You think that my neighbours can deal with man the way they try to deal with my brethren, banging on the door? But I'll be banging someone's fucking head, blood. Be banging on someone's head. I even know other situations where, like, this is what I'm saying, people just need to put their fucking foot down. People, they got out their own house, but the in-laws are just turning up randomly. Oh, can I use your bathtub? Or just turning up without phoning up, thinking that they're entitled to just turn up. Or even their parent is just turning up without, you get me, phoning up and that. Cool, there's certain people, they don't care if people just turn up at their house without phoning up and that. That's cool, innit? But if you don't like it, you need to fucking say something. But again, man don't want to deal with confrontation. Man a pussy. Man a fucking pussy. Someone doing something you don't like, people are coming to your door, you don't like it, you need to say something, blood. If you're going to be sitting there, oh, my man's here again and that. Nah, fam. Nah. I don't give a fuck what happens. Like, if you don't want to come around again or you have to hump with me, if you want to call it, I don't business, blood. You're not inconveniencing me because you feel like you're just going to turn up at my door whenever you fucking want. Again, man are not putting their foot down. You're watching this right now. I guarantee you 99.9% of people watching this right now have people in their life that is doing a lot of stuff that they don't like, taking advantage of them, and they're just not willing to put their foot down. Man, know people. They used to take care of people's kids, child mind people's kids, so that that other person can go to work. Because you know how much it is to, these are single moms man's talking about. You know how much it costs to for childcare and that. So such and such is doing that person there a favor, and this person here is supposed to be paying them on a weekly basis, and they're not paying them. Well, take your fucking youth then, blood. People have told me, someone has said to them, I'm not paying you this week. I'll pay you when I can, in a rude manner, you know. Blood, I'll throw your youth at you, blood. No, not really, innit? But yeah, take your blood clot kid with you. You think anyone that knows me, it could not happen. It could not happen. Could not happen. This is how bullying starts, you know. Man even watched one program the other day at my girl's yard, and you know, I think I might need to make a fucking reaction video out of it, you know. Basketball Wives or something like that. There's one older woman, she's got like brown sort of eyes, whatever in it. Yeah, that's the only way I can kind of describe her. Curly hair. She's quite like ghetto or whatever in it. She's bullying some little princess type of girl and that. Bullying her up. You know why she's bullying her? Because she's not putting her foot down. She's not standing up to her. Don't get it twisted though. Just because you stand up to someone might whoop your ass. Well, you know what? That's going to have to happen to me, fam. I'm not having no one fucking bully me and push me around, bro. Nip that shit in the bud. Even when man was in jail. Man clock things. Like I said, man see things from a mile off. There was one youth from Brixton on the wing. I'm on the top floor. Cell H47 in ISIS. I remember one time man come to my flat, looked, slammed the flat. Cool. A couple of days later, come to the flat, slam the flat. What the fuck's going on? Like, right, you've been to my flat door once. This is the second time now. Man come to the flat again, you know. Boom. That was it. 3 strikes and you're out. Gone out of my cell during association. This is when you got free time to just shower, play pool, chat to the man them and that. I said, blood, why you keep not coming to my cell door for? Oh, I was just checking to see who's in that cell. My man's chatting shit, blood. You know what man's trying to do? Man's trying to intimidate, man, you know. Because what's going to happen is man's going to keep coming to your flat door, looking, you don't say nothing. Next thing you know, oh, what? Can I borrow that toothpaste and that? A certain man are just generally cool people, nice people. Oh, you know what? Let me give him because he ain't got. And bam, that's when it starts. Oh, let me borrow that CD. Next thing you know, you ain't got that CD back. Next thing you know, my man's telling you what to put on the canteen sheet and you going mad. Nip that shit in the bud. But you know what it is? You see in England, we're pussies, you know. We're raised to be pussies. Not me. Maybe not you. But most people, they're raised to be pussies in this country. Us Brits, the majority of us are pussies. Scared of a confrontation. Scared to open up our mouth. My barber, he's a yard man, Jamaican. And like, he makes jokes and that. And he says like, English youths, they're scared to talk. He said, man will come in the barber shop and just sit down quietly. and not announce themselves. So basically, like what I do when I go to the barbershop, I always let my barber know I'm about. I might not even necessarily sit and wait in the barbershop, but I'll just say, yo, I'm here in it, or you get me, whatever in it. Yeah, I'll make myself known that yeah, there's some man. They'll just come and sit down in the barber shop with their hat low or whatever in it. Yeah, my barber won't even see them. And man will be moaning, oh, how comes you're putting people in front of me? Man, you're supposed to announce yourself in it. But that's just one observation that he's made being from Jamaica. That like English people are soft and that. Like they don't speak up. They're scared to talk. And he's fucking right. Us Brits think that, oh, Americans are outspoken. Irish people are outspoken. No, they're not outspoken. We're not spoken enough. We're scared to talk in public. Moving like we're fucking posh, but we're not. But that's just fucking how we've been raised, man. Trust me, some of them foreign people there, boy, but some men are just too outspoken. Some men are too confident. I see, you know, like them people from Peru, they look like them Native American people or whatever, innit? This is when you know a man is super outspoken and super confident. The man fucking climbed on top of a statue, butt naked, to give a public speech, you know, blood. Everything hung out, blood. That's the far end of the spectrum, innit? But us Brits, we need to start talking up. We need to start talking up. You got a problem with your neighbour taking advice, taking a fucking piss, have a word with them. I don't know why you think everything's going to end up in a fucking fight. But you know what happens here? Us human beings, and it's a disadvantage, you know, to us. But obviously it's primal instincts. It's how we were able to survive, and that we size people up too much. We look at someone, and before we approach them, if we're thinking about approaching them, we're sizing them up. Not talking about a tape measure, but we're basically seeing how aggressive is this person. If things go wrong and we get in a confrontation, what's the likelihood of it turning physical or at least aggressive? So we're sizing people up. But a lot of people, they may act like they're aggressive, or they may be perceived to be this way. But I'm telling you, a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people ain't like that. They might just come across a certain way. They might just come across loud, but they're not really like that. Trust me, man from the ends, man, no. Man, no. But what happens is, you have neighbours doing stuff, or people around you doing stuff, family members doing stuff, colleagues at work doing stuff, and it's pissing you off. They're pissing you off. But really and truly, they're not pissing you off. You're pissing yourself off because you want to say something, but you can't bring yourself to do it. So it makes you angry internally. Try this one thing. If you're pissed off with someone that you know is doing something, whether you know them directly, indirectly, whatever, innit, yeah? You see how you're feeling pissed off? I beg you have a word with them. Whatever it is, they're taking advantage of you or they're pissing you off. I beg you have a word with them and see how you feel. I guarantee you, even if you don't get the outcome you want, as long as it's not a fight, and you know, it might even have to be a fight. It might. We're fucking human beings, innit? You see, I think people think we're born from the heavens, or we're like some kind of angel. But we're fucking animals, blood. From time to time, you're going to have a fucking fight. Physical fight, yeah. You know, maybe I'm just built different, innit? Maybe I'm just built different. But anyway, even if you need to just deal with certain situations. Obviously, if it's something petty and minor, forget it. But if something's really pissing you off and it's causing an inconvenience to you, you gotta fucking say something. You have to. No matter what the outcome is. People are moving like this person's gonna pull out a gun and burn you, blam you in your head, or take out a knife and stab you in your throat. What is the worst that's gonna happen? You get into an argument. Big fucking deal. Moving like you're approaching some fucking serial killer, you know. It's just some dickhead at your workplace. The same person, see, this is the thing, yeah, like people act like they're tough and they act like they're bad and that. Yeah, in this situation. But put them in an environment where they have to be bad or around people who are bad and see how they are. See what energy they're on. Because like man said, man was watching that that program Basketball Wives and that. And me and my girl were watching it. Like, I don't watch them thing, but I was at my girl's on it. Boom, it's on in it. And like I said before, there's one gal bullying the next gal. And I said to my girl, you see in this situation here, it's easy for this woman here to bully that woman there and be the top dog in the group. Because these are basketball wives. These are women who live a life of luxury. Yeah, they might be from the hood or whatever in it, yeah, but more than likely, they probably ain't really like that. They're fucking ex or current basketball wives. They live a life of luxury. So you're around people who ain't really like that. I said to my girl, I guarantee you, you see that girl there that thinks she's bad? I beg you put her on the wing in that program 60 days in. You ever see that program 60 days in? Oh, that program there separate the men from the fucking boys. When man watch that program, man love that program, you know. You see a lot of man beforehand, before they touch down on the wing, bare confident. That even certain of the gal them, certain of the women. Oh yeah, I'm confident in that. I'm a fire woman. I'm a police officer and that. Bare confident in the outside world, where there's no one to really test them. Put them lot on the wing, all quiet. You see, like my barber said, man, yeah, all timid and that. That's them. Shook. I guarantee you. I would love to, but obviously we're not gonna ever see the situation in it. But that girl there, I don't know what the woman's fucking name is, but she's bullying this next woman because the woman's gonna take it and that. But I guarantee you, if you put her in an environment where there's some serious women, she won't come in on that energy. She's only like that because she can get away with it, because the people them around is soft. That's why, like, when I'm at work or whatever in it, whatever little situation in it, I see a man act like they're tough and that, oh, because they're a supervisor or they're a manager, and I'm thinking, on the road or in jail, you'd be a fucking dickhead. So you can't really act like you're too bad and that. Like, man, you're bad in this situation. You're a tough guy in this situation. But in a real situation where you have to be a tough guy, you'd be a pussy. You'd be riding voluntary bang up. Trust me. You see all them, a lot of these man that rap, or they do this and do that. A lot of them man there ride voluntary bang up, you know, on the wing. Certain man shocked me, you know. Certain man that man used to listen to back in the day used to talk this and talk that and rare. Then man, I'm here. My brethren is first hand telling me, I saw him. I saw your favorite rapper, Jay, you know. This is back when man's 17 and 18. And he was riding voluntary. Man, I come into his cell door, telling him to come outside. And man shook. But in the track, he was talking, you get me? Because in that situation there, you're bad. But when you're around bad people, you ain't that bad. Everyone's tough when they're in their comfort zone. Like, put people them outside their comfort zone and see how they conduct themselves and that. Most people act like they're tough and that. Yeah, they're only tough because, get me, there ain't no real consequences for their action. There ain't no real tough people around them that are actually going to go toe to toe with them. They'll start trouble with people because they know people ain't going to do none. But anyway, man, start setting boundaries with people. People are doing stuff that's disrespecting you and that and taking advantage of you. You need to put your fucking foot down in it, yeah, because it's only gonna get worse. Human beings, everyone, I think people think that human beings are some pure creatures that mean no harm to the world. No. Most people, if someone sees someone that's weaker than them, it's a natural human instinct or whatever to dominate someone else. It's natural for a lot of people. Me, I'm not like that. I don't take advantage of people and that. But most people, I see them. They're more aggressive or whatever in it. Yeah, so they try and take advantage and dominate other people and that. Nah, fam, man don't do that. Man don't try and bully up people, and no one can fucking bully me. It ain't happening, fam. You have to kill man, innit? That's it. That's it, man. That's it. But yeah, man. Fuck, 29 minutes, Man's done a marathon on this one, innit? But yeah, man, stop letting people take advantage of you, innit? Nip it in the bud. Put your fucking foot down, innit? You know how many people I know who they get bullied by their siblings? The older sibling get bullied by the younger sibling. You know why? Simply because the younger sibling is more aggressive than them. That happens a lot with gal. I've even seen man in situations where they're scared of their dad, Sorry, I've seen man where the dad is scared of the son. It's all because the son's more aggressive. It's not about the son being tall or whatever, innit? Yeah, or big. The son's more aggressive and you are not on smoke. You're not on nothing, and they take advantage of that. You have to think to yourself, yeah, like, people know who to fuck with, innit? You see this person that is fucking with you, trying to bully you, trying to take advantage of you. In the world, there's a lot of people, or there's at least one person that person would not fuck with, would not test, would not take advantage of. Just be that person. However you think that person would react, if my man here was trying to take advantage of them, just be that person. So simple, isn't it? Yeah. But at the end of the day, sometimes, yeah, you're gonna have to get in a confrontation, and yeah, you might get your ass whooped, innit? Yeah, so fucking be it. I'd rather get my ass whooped than sit back and be afraid to challenge a man. Stay wise, done now.